Have you ever felt your heart skip a beat just by looking at a screen? Have you ever felt a cold shiver run down your spine, even though you're sitting in the safety of your own home? Today, we aren't just watching a travel video. We are embarking on a journey to the very edge of human endurance. We are heading to places where a single inch is the difference between an epic adventure and a fatal fall. From the mist-covered peaks of China to the sheer granite walls of the Alps, these are the paths that turn even the bravest souls into trembling shadows of themselves. These are the walkways that whisper one terrifying command: turn back while you still can. But before we step out into the void, I have a small request for our global community. Please leave a comment below, letting us know where in the world you are watching this from, and what time it is on your clock right now. We truly want to see how many countries and time zones this journey has reached. Are you ready to face your greatest fears? Take a deep breath, hold on to something steady, and let's begin our countdown of the most terrifying paths on Earth. Welcome to the Edge. Our journey begins in the heart of the Purcell Mountains in British Columbia, Canada, at a place that defines the word exposure, the Mount Nimbus skywalk. To even reach this starting point, you have to survive a helicopter ride and a grueling mountain climb. But the real test of character starts here, on a narrow suspension bridge dangling 2,000 feet above a jagged, rocky abyss. As you step onto the steel cables, the bridge begins to sway with the mountain wind, and every creak echoes in your ears like a warning. There are no solid walls, no safety nets, just you, a thin harness, and the thin mountain air. Looking down, the massive glaciers look like tiny patches of ice, and the sheer scale of the drop is enough to make your knees buckle. It is a place of breathtaking beauty, but also of absolute vulnerability. For many, this is the exact moment where the brain screams, "Go back!" But the only way is forward, suspended between the sky and the earth. Leaving the high peaks behind, we stay in Canada, but head to the lush rainforests of Vancouver to face the Capilano Cliffwalk. Unlike traditional bridges, this structure is a series of cantilevered walkways jutting out directly from a sheer granite cliff. It is narrow, extremely high, and in some sections, the floor beneath your feet is made of nothing but reinforced glass. As you look down through the transparent panels, the rushing Capilano River flows hundreds of feet below, and the mist from the canyon rises to meet you. The engineering is a marvel, held by only 16 anchor points in the rock. But that thought offers little comfort when the walkway starts to vibrate under the footsteps of other explorers. It creates a dizzying illusion of walking on air, surrounded by ancient trees and a terrifying drop. For those with a fear of heights, every step is a battle against gravity and instinct. It's a beautiful nightmare that challenges you to keep your eyes open when everything in your body tells you to look away. From the mist of Canada, we fly to the tropical paradise of Kauai, Hawaii. But don't let the postcard views fool you, because we are about to step onto the Kalalau Trail, one of the most dangerous hikes on the planet. This 22-mile round trip takes you through lush jungles and majestic waterfalls. But the true terror lies at mile 7, a section infamously known as Crawler's Ledge. Here, the path narrows to a tiny ribbon of crumbling rock, barely wide enough for your feet. To your left is a solid wall of stone. To your right, a sheer drop into the crashing waves of the Pacific Ocean hundreds of feet below. There are no handrails, no safety nets, and the tropical rain can turn the red clay into a slippery slide in an instant. One wrong move, one gust of wind, and you are gone. As you press your body against the cliff, trying to find a grip, the roar of the ocean reminds you that nature here doesn't forgive mistakes. It's a place where beauty and death walk hand in hand, and only the most focused travelers will make it to the end of the ledge. We now cross the Atlantic to the rugged beauty of the Italian Dolomites to walk a path stained with history and adrenaline, the Via Ferrata Ivano Dibona. This isn't just a hiking trail, it's a path of iron, originally used by soldiers during World War I. Imagine moving across ridges that are so sharp they look like the spine of a prehistoric beast. The highlight of this terrifying journey is the Ponte Cristallo, a 90-foot-long suspension bridge that hangs precariously between two jagged peaks. As you cross these weathered wooden planks, you can see the vast, empty space beneath your boots, and the wind whistles through the rusted cables. Every step feels like a leap back in time, echoing the footsteps of the soldiers who once stood here in much harsher conditions. The air is thin, the drops are thousands of feet deep, and the sense of vertigo is overwhelming. It's a place where history meets a haunting silence, and where the crumbling rock reminds you that even the strongest mountains eventually fade away. Would you trust these century-old paths with your life? We head north to the land of the Vikings, where Norway's rugged fjords hold a secret that has terrified millions, the Kjeragbolten Trail. But we aren't just here for the hike, we are here for the crack. Imagine a massive boulder, wedged tightly between two giant rock faces, suspended over a terrifying 3,200-foot drop. Beneath that stone is nothing but empty air leading straight down to the Lysefjord. To stand on it, you must step off a narrow ledge and onto the smooth, rounded surface of the boulder. There are no railings, no safety ropes, and often, the wind at this altitude is fierce enough to shake your very soul. One slip, a moment of dizziness, or even a sudden gust of wind, and there is absolutely nothing to catch you. It is a psychological battlefield where your curiosity fights against your survival instinct. Many people reach the edge, look down into the infinite blue abyss, and simply turn back, paralyzed by the sheer impossibility of what they are seeing. It is the ultimate test of nerves, a place where you are one step away from the clouds and one slip away from eternity. We return to the United States, but this time to the heart of Zion National Park in Utah, where a legendary sandstone formation rises like a fin from the earth. This is Angel's Landing. They say it's so high and narrow that only angels can land on it. And as you begin the final ascent, you'll understand why. The path turns into a razor-thin ridge with drops of over 1,000 feet on both sides. Your only lifeline? A series of heavy metal chains bolted into the rock. You'll have to pull yourself up steep, slick sections, while other hikers pass just inches away from you. The wind here can be unpredictable, and the sheer verticality of the canyon walls is enough to induce a permanent sense of vertigo. There is no room for error, and certainly no room for a panic attack. Every handhold must be firm, and every footstep must be calculated. It is a grueling, heart-pounding climb that rewards those who conquer their fear with one of the most spectacular views on the planet, if they can stop their hands from shaking long enough to enjoy it. Now, we travel to the heart of the Swiss Alps, where the air turns freezing and the ground beneath you is made of ancient ice. Welcome to Mount Titlis. Our journey here begins in the surreal Glacier Cave, a corridor carved 50 feet below the surface of the glacier, where the walls glow with an eerie blue light. But the real adrenaline rush awaits outside, the Titlis Cliffwalk. This is officially the highest suspension bridge in Europe, sitting at an altitude of 10,000 feet above sea level. Imagine walking across a swaying steel bridge that is only 1 meter wide, while a 1,500-foot abyss yawns beneath your feet. On a clear day, the view of the snow-capped peaks is breathtaking, but when the clouds roll in, you feel like you are walking into a white void. The combination of the thin mountain air, the bitter cold, and the vibrating bridge creates a sensory overload that will make your heart race. It is a place where you feel the raw power of the mountains and the absolute fragility of a human being suspended in mid-air. We fly to the east, to the mystical mountains of Zhangjiajie, China, the place that inspired the floating peaks of the movie Avatar. But here, the ground isn't just high, it's invisible. Welcome to the Coiled Dragon Cliff Skywalk. This path is a narrow strip of reinforced glass, bolted to the side of Tianmen Mountain, 4,700 feet above the valley floor. Walking on it is a brutal psychological challenge. Because the glass is so clear, your brain insists that you are stepping into thin air. You'll see tourists clinging to the rock walls, paralyzed with fear, or even crawling on all fours because their legs have simply given out. To make things even more terrifying, the park sometimes uses special effects to create the sound and visual of the glass cracking right under your feet. Even though it's a trick, the primal fear it triggers is very real. It is a place where you are forced to stare death in the face through a few centimeters of glass, surrounded by a landscape so beautiful it seems like another planet. Now, we head to the sun-drenched cliffs of Malaga, Spain, to walk a path that was once officially called the most dangerous in the world, El Caminito del Rey, or the King's Little Path. For years, this walkway was a crumbling ruin of concrete and rusted steel, with massive gaps where the floor had simply fallen into the river 300 feet below. Adventure seekers used to risk their lives crossing these broken beams with no safety gear. Today, a new, safer wooden path has been built directly above the old ruins, but the terror remains. As you walk, you can still see the skeleton of the original path beneath your feet, a haunting reminder of how fragile life can be. The walkway clings to the sheer walls of the El Chorro Gorge, so narrow that you can feel the vibration of the wind echoing through the canyon. It's a place where history, engineering, and a deep, primal fear of falling collide. Even with modern safety measures, looking down into that narrow limestone chasm is enough to make anyone's heart race like a drum. We have reached the end of our journey, and we saved the most terrifying for last. Deep in the heart of China lies Mount Huashan, home to what is widely considered the most dangerous walkway in the world, the Plank Walk in the Sky. This isn't a bridge or a modern skywalk. It is a series of narrow, weathered wooden planks bolted directly into a vertical granite cliff, 7,000 feet above the valley floor. There are no handrails here, only a rusted iron chain attached to the rock wall for you to cling to. To pass other hikers coming from the opposite direction, you have to unclip your safety harness and lean out over the infinite abyss. The planks are barely a foot wide, and beneath them is nothing but thousands of feet of empty space. Every gust of wind feels like a hand trying to push you off, and every creak of the wood sends a jolt of pure electricity through your veins. This is the ultimate test of human courage, a place where the line between life and death is as thin as a single piece of timber. Only those with nerves of steel dare to complete this walk, facing a drop so deep it seems to have no bottom. From the icy peaks of the Swiss Alps to the heart-stopping wooden planks of Mount Huashan, we have traveled across the globe to witness the most terrifying walkways ever built by man and nature. These places remind us that while our world is filled with unimaginable beauty, it also demands deep respect and a brave heart to explore. Each of these paths offers more than just a view. They offer a chance to face our deepest fears and come out stronger on the other side. But now, it's your turn to decide. Which of these 10 locations made your heart race the most just by watching? Would you ever dare to step onto the glass of Zhangjiajie, or the crumbling cliffs of the Kalalau Trail? Or is there a terrifying place we missed that you think belongs on this list? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this adrenaline-filled journey, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Mr. Benz-Audi for more incredible adventures around the world. Thank you for watching, and remember, sometimes the best views in life are just one terrifying step away. We'll see you in the next video. Disclaimer: this video uses open-source materials and stock footage for educational and entertainment purposes. All content is used in accordance with YouTube's fair use guidelines. This video is for entertainment only. Do not attempt to visit these locations without proper training, equipment, and professional guidance.